There's something about cars that goes beyond steel, rubber, and glass. They become part of our lives, our memories, our stories, and sometimes, even our identity. And when the time comes to say goodbye, it's never just about letting go of a machine, it's about parting ways with a faithful companion that's been with us through every season of life. This is a farewell to my beloved little car, a tribute to the miles we shared, the moments we created, and the bond that will always stay parked somewhere in my heart. Before its final journey to the scrapyard, I knew I had one last task, to give it the farewell it truly deserved. No shortcuts, no rushed goodbye. Just a heartfelt, thorough cleaning session that would make it shine like the first day it came into my life. Join me as we walk down memory lane, one sponge swipe at a time. As I approached the car, I couldn't help but feel a flood of emotions. The little hatchback stood in the driveway, tired yet proud, its paint dulled by time but its personality still intact. This was the car that took me to my first job interview, the one that carried me through rainy nights and sun-soaked road trips, the one that waited patiently in parking lots during long shifts and cold winters. It never complained, never failed to start, and always got me home safe. The first thing I did was take a moment to just sit inside it. The scent was unmistakably familiar, faint traces of air freshener mixed with memories. The worn-out steering wheel, the slight tear in the seat, the scratch on the dashboard, each mark told a story. I sat quietly for a few minutes, hands resting on the wheel, thinking about all the times this car had been more than just transportation. It had been a shelter during breakdowns, a private concert hall for late-night drives, and even a getaway vehicle from awkward situations. It had personality, and to me, it had soul. Then came the wash. I filled the bucket with warm, soapy water and gently began scrubbing the exterior. Every wipe of the sponge revealed glimpses of its original glow, hidden beneath layers of city dust and road grime. It was like revealing an old photo album, each corner shining a little more with every pass. The grille, once bold and bright, now looked older, but in that moment, it gleamed again, catching the light like it used to. Washing the wheels took time. The brake dust had settled deep into every groove, like age lines on a face. As I cleaned, I remembered every spin those wheels had taken, over potholes, puddles, highways, and detours. I thought of all the places we had gone together. To beaches with friends, to weddings, to hospitals, to family dinners, and to that one spontaneous road trip that changed everything. I smiled at the memories, even as I scrubbed harder, feeling both gratitude and grief. Next was the interior. I vacuumed every inch, careful not to disturb the little mementos I had forgotten were still inside. A movie ticket stub from years ago. A single glove. A coin from a trip abroad. Every item was like a time capsule, unlocking moments long stored away. I cleaned the dashboard with a soft cloth, tracing the familiar outline of the controls I had used thousands of times without even thinking. I adjusted the mirrors one last time, even though I didn't need to. The backseat had seen its fair share of passengers, friends squashed together for late-night food runs, nieces giggling on weekend outings, and quiet rides with loved ones. I gently dusted off the seats, patting them as if to thank them for holding so many memories. The trunk, once filled with groceries, luggage, tools, and surprise birthday gifts, got its final wipe down too. I even polished the rear view mirror, not just so it could reflect clearly, but because it had always been a quiet reminder to look back just enough, not too much, not too little. Every moment of this cleaning was a ritual, a slow, intentional act of appreciation. It wasn't just about making it clean. It was about honoring what the car had been for me, a constant in a world that changed so often. Through breakups, job changes, new cities, and long nights, it had remained a small but steady presence. It never asked for thanks, never demanded attention, but it had earned my respect in more ways than one. As the sun began to set, the car stood there, clean, shining, and ready. Not for another road trip, but for rest. I stepped back and admired it, just as I had the day I bought it. Sure, it had a few more dents now, a few more scars, but it looked beautiful in a way only time could give something. It had character, resilience, and a quiet dignity that only the most faithful of machines acquire. I walked around it one last time, running my hand along the side. Then, with a heavy heart, I placed the keys on the driver's seat. I closed the door slowly, listening to the click of the latch, a sound I had heard 1,000 times but now felt final. And as I stood there, I whispered a soft thank you, not just for the miles or the memories, but for being there, always. Saying goodbye to a car might seem trivial to some, But anyone who's formed a real bond with their vehicle knows, it's never just a car. It becomes a companion, a silent partner in your life's journey. It listens when you need to vent, stays quiet when you need peace, and always offers an open seat when you're ready to move on. So here's to the little car that could. The one that carried the weight of more than just cargo. The one that braved every season, every storm, and every detour with quiet grace. It may be heading to the scrapyard, but in my heart, it will always be on the road, engine humming, ready for the next adventure. If you've ever had to say goodbye to a car that meant more than most people realized, you'll understand why this farewell mattered. And if you're watching this with your own faithful ride still by your side, give it a little extra care today. Maybe take it through a car wash, vacuum the seats, or just sit inside for a moment of gratitude. Because one day, you'll look back and realize, it was never just about the destination. It was always about the ride. Thank you for watching this emotional farewell. If this video touched your heart or brought back memories of your own, please like, comment, and share your story below. Let's celebrate the cars that gave us more than just a way to get around. They gave us moments, milestones, and memories that will last forever. And with that, we close the chapter. Goodbye, old friend. Drive free.